should be happening.
It says it's starting, but it isn't there yet. Now we are.
All right, we are here.
Okay.
A few seconds late, but
here.
We're here, by golly. And we hope you're there too.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's going to be a really short
time.
Short show without y'all. Without y'all to help us, we don't have a whole lot to do.
That's right.
Anyway, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever in the world you are.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, this is our 110th show.
Oh, my goodness.
By golly.
110.
110 shows. And this one is called Songs I Played with My Friends, Part 1. And what that means is songs, for the most part, that I played with other people who were playing instruments of some kind. Some of them go way back to when I first started playing the Autoharp. And they're a bunch of good songs. Hope you'll like them. And we have, let's see here. We're going to start out with a song that I played a lot with a very, very good friend of ours by the name of Ted Eads. He was a great guy, hailed from Missouri, had a bit of a southern accent. I met him when we were both working for a summer camp. He had just gotten out of the Air Force and was the head of maintenance, and I was one of the maintenance workers and a sometime counselor at this summer camp for kids. And we got to be friends and beer drinking buddies and all that kind of stuff. And here's a song that we used to play all the time, and Lynn and I are gonna sing it for you. It was written by Bill and Taffy Danoff and John Denver, and was recorded by John Denver. It was a huge hit. It's called Take Me Home Country Roads. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home down country road. All my memories gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. I hear her voice in the morning now, she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday.
Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads take me home. Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home down country roads. Take me home down country roads. Take me home down country roads. Laura Hardin, I made it on time.
Laura's here.
And Libby Kahn.
Hey, Libby.
Libby is here from Briar Patch Mountain, Fries, Virginia. Hello,
Yes,
y'all.
indeed.
And Benji's here, Charles.
Hey, Ben.
Hello, everyone.
Good to see
Hi,
everybody.
Good to see you guys.
Hope, Libby, I hope Dave is making progress on his truck project so you can get back to civilization. Anyway, great to have you all.
Yes.
And so Laura's here, and Laura had a request.
Stephen Barry Einbinder is here.
Steve, how are ya?
Hey.
From the Boca Folk and Bluegrass Club, Steve
Welcome,
is.
welcome.
Plays a pretty darn good guitar, if I do say so myself. Great to see you.
Wonderful. Yes.
This song was requested by Laura last week in honor of her father's celebrating back then what would have been his 51st wedding anniversary. And it's called I Can't Help Falling in Love. George David Weiss, Hugo Peretti, and another unpronounceable name wrote it. Elvis Presley had a hit with it in 1961. It's called Can't Help Falling in Love. Wise men say, whoops. Let's just start it over. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you.
I love that song.
There you go, Laura. And congratulations on the 51st. Oh dear.
I don't know who that is. I'm gonna just
Click it and then hang up on it. There we go.
now let's.
Can't be friends of ours or they wouldn't call us right now.
No.
Hey, you never know what's going to happen down home. Man.
On a Saturday,
I tell you what.
Mike Mueller is with us. He
Hello,
says,
Mike.
"Hello, George and Lynn. Nice to hear you both. Happy Saturday." Happy
Indeed,
Saturday
sir, and
to you, too.
condolences on the loss of your friend.
Oh,
Mike's had more than his share of bad news ever since the California Autoharp gathering
so
broke
sorry.
up, that's for sure. 3 people, 2 of whom I knew, have passed away. But anyway, we'll try to cheer you up, Mike, and it's wonderful to have you with us.
Laura said thank you, George.
You're welcome, Laura, anytime. Again,
Ricky's here.
hey, Ricky!
Ricky Elliott.
Ricky
Made
Elliott.
it. Beer me.
From Westerville, Ohio.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna be glad you came today. This whole show is it's called Songs I Played with My Friends, and it's all about songs back in my past that I played either with other musicians or with groups of people. I think Ricky, you're gonna hear a few, and this next song is a parody of "Is Anybody Going to San Antone?" And it was sung by a guy that was called the Preacher of Madison Square. He was one of the last of the Ramblers, one of the last of the hobos, the bums, and he just traveled around the country with nothing in his pockets, and he'd go from place to place, and a friend of ours, Philippa, you all know her. She comes to the show occasionally. She went to Florida one year on vacation with some friends of hers, and they came back with this guy. And he could do a little bit of everything. He showed me how to replace the rear end in one of the old, rear wheel drive cars. He loved his Mad Dog 2020. That was a part. That was a big problem that he had. But anyway, he was another 3-chord wonder. He knew 3 guitar chords, D, G, and A, and he played a million songs with those 3 chords. There's another guy like that coming up, and this one is a parody of "Is Anybody Going to San Antone?" Rain dripping through the holes in the roof, and I don't know what to do. I guess I'm gonna bore a couple holes in the floor and let it run right through. I got to leave here because my still blew up and I can't make Mountain Dew. It looks as though I'll have to go and find someplace brand new. Is anybody going to San Antonio or even North Dakota? 'Cause my wagon's mired and my wife is tired, and I'd sure hate to tow her. 200 pounds of solid fat, all meat, no potatoes. I had a couple of jugs left to sell, and I would have said for Pappy. He killed them and they killed him, but Lord, he sure died happy. We buried him down by Willard Creek, where the water's cold and clear. And believe it or not, when it passes that spot, the water turns to beer. Is anybody going to San Antonio or maybe Timbuktu? I know I will build another still and keep on making Mountain Dew.
There you go. Mike said thank you before, and I didn't get a chance to read it
Okay.
on what you had said. And we have Gregory Carr, and he says, "Good morning, everybody. Long time no see."
Yeah, it's been a
Nice to
while,
have
Greg.
you.
How are you? Glad you came.
And Bob is with us, Bob Hale. He
Hey,
said,
Bob
"Hello-
and Bren.
Hello, George and Lynn. Been watching the wrong program. Oh, dear.
Oh,
I'm glad you found us.
yes, indeed. Yeah, great to have you.
Yes.
This is a song that is very local in its content. I had kind of hoped that Philippa would be able to join us, but she wasn't able to make it, or hasn't anyway. We were close to a town called Old Yellow. Easy for me to say. We lived close to a town called Yellow Springs, Ohio, which is the home of Antioch University and their radio station WYSO. Yellow Springs, and I forget what the O stood for. But anyway, they had a song that somebody put together, and it only had one verse. And Philippa and I decided maybe we needed some more verses. So we sat down and wrote a couple of verses about some of our escapades. And it's called "It's Easy to Lose It." Whoops. I'm having trouble with my beginnings here. It's easy to lose it on Old Yellow Springs Road when you're driving along in your car. This is the original verse. Whether you're straight or if you're packing a load, it's easy to forget where you are. It's straight and it's narrow and it captures your eyes. Those little white lines, how they do hypnotize. It's easy to lose. Easy to lose it on Old Yellow Springs Road when you're driving along in your car. It's easy to lose it in John Bryan State Park when you've just fallen into the creek. Along with your best guitar, your munchies and beer, and your entire stash for the week. You're pissed and you're soggy and you're totally fried, and your friends are all laughing till they're fit to be tied. It's easy to lose it in John Bryan State Park when you've just fallen into the creek. It's easy to lose it on a bright Sunday morn with the beer drinking hangover blues. Your head and your body want a part company, and your stomach is tangled up too. Your eyeballs are bloodshot, you're a total disgrace, till somebody comes over with another case. And then it's easy to find it on a bright Sunday morn with the beer drinking hangover blues.
There you go. There's to you, Flip.
Yeah, there you go, wherever you are.
Bob said, we get you here in England at 7 p.m., not 6 p.m., as it says.
Oh, thank you. I must remember that. I thought, okay, my intent was to give the time in GMT. So I don't know how many time zones are in England. If there's only one, then I need to add an hour.
Yeah.
So that people aren't late. Thanks for that, Bob. I will. I've done it so many years that way. My old head may not absorb it right away, but we'll sure try to fix that. Okay. This is one that I used to play as part of my bar gig down in Vinton County, Ohio. I don't know who wrote it. It was recorded by Johnny Russell. It's called Rednecks, White Socks, and Blue Ribbon Beer. There's no place that I'd rather be than right here with my redneck, white socks, and blue ribbon beer. The barmaid is mad 'cause some guy made a pass. The jukebox is playing, there stands the glass, and the cigarette smoke kinda hangs in the air. Rednecks, white socks, and blue ribbon beer. A cowboy is cussing the pinball machine. A drunk at the bar is getting noisy and mean, and some guy on the phone says I'll be home soon, dear. Rednecks, white socks, and blue ribbon beer. No, we don't fit in with that white collar crowd. We're a little too rowdy and a little too loud. There's no place that I'd rather be than right here with my redneck, white socks, and blue ribbon beer. Semis are passing on the highway outside. The 4:30 crowd is about to arrive. The sun's going down, and they'll all soon be here. Rednecks, white socks, and blue ribbon beer. No, we don't fit in with that white collar crowd. We're a little too rowdy and a little too loud. There's no place that I'd rather be than right here with my redneck, white socks and blue ribbon here. There's no place that I'd rather be than right here, with my redneck white socks and blue ribbon beard.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Dawn Dare is with us.
Hey, wow, Dawn, how are ya?
She said, Dawn Dare here, figured out how to reach your event, got it on my laptop.
Fantastic. I
Welcome.
hope you're doing good. We sure had a good time at California Autoharp Gathering.
And Bob said, it ends at 9 p.m. That's why I go to sleep sometimes. Ha ha.
Oh, dear.
I do get up at 4 a.m. every day and play my harp for 2 hours every day for 5 years. Have not missed a day yet. Wow.
You're a better man than I am, Gungadian.
Yes. I get up at 4, but I drink coffee. I don't play the harp or anything that creative at that time.
Well, I occasionally do, but I don't want to wake people up. And
Yes.
this is a manufactured home, so it's not
Well,
real
you do.
soundproof.
We would enjoy it, though. Well, Greg might.
Greg might not.
He might not. Don said, so very good to see you.
Indeed.
And Lavonda is with us. I
Hey,
finally made it, she
there
said.
she is.
Good
How
to
are
have
ya?
Welcome.
You're gonna enjoy this show. You're gonna hear a lot of songs that me and Ted played.
Yeah.
We've already played one of his, Country Roads.
Yes.
Um,
And he may have been one who enjoyed the redneck white socks and blue ribbon
oh yeah,
beer,
he
too. That
did.
was another
but
one.
we didn't play it together.
Yeah.
He,
Oh, that's
he'd
right.
come down and listen to me play it at
the
the Lucky
Bar, yeah.
Here's another one that I learned from Preacher, the Preacher of Jackson Square down in New Orleans, a Rambler if there ever was one. It was written by Jay Livingston and Ray Evans. It's called A Dime and a Dollar, and it was recorded by Guy Mitchell. With a hoop and a holler and a dime and a dollar, I'm a lucky son of a gun. Wherever I go, I guess you know, I tip my hat to none. With a hoop and a holler and a dime and a dollar, I'm a lucky son of a gun. I'm just a rolling stone, I wander on my own, and always take my own advice. I've traveled every trail and never been in jail, 'cause I've deserved it once or twice. With my horse has been my pal, but once I met a gal and thought a kiss would be no crime. I darn near lost my life, she was a sheriff's wife. I just got out of town in time. With a hoop and a holler and a dime and a dollar, I'm a lucky son of a gun. Wherever I go, I guess you know, I tip my hat to none. With a hoop and a holler and a dime and a dollar, I'm a lucky son of a gun. Leave a town and get to bedding down, I kinda wink up at the stars. Nobody knows my name, they only know I came and drank my weight in all the bars. With a hoop and a holler and a dime and a dollar, I'm a lucky son of a gun. Wherever I go, I guess you know, I tip my hat to none. With a hoop and a holler and a dime and a dollar, I'm a lucky son of a gun.
Yeah. Mary Williams is with us.
Hey Mary,
Hello,
long time no
guys, she
see.
said.
Glad you came.
Yes, welcome, welcome.
Indeed. Let's see here. I'm need a little more Autoharp.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, here's another one that I learned when we lived down in Vinton County with my folks, helping my dad get back on his feet after a major operation. I spent several summers down there, you know, when I wasn't taking college courses. And a neighbor of ours had this song on a cassette tape. He recorded it off the radio, and he thought I'd like to learn to play it, and he was right, and I've played it ever since. It's one of the 5 most frequently played songs on this show. I later learned that it was written and recorded by a great songwriter and musician by the name of Dick Feller.
Oh.
And it's called Uncle Hiram and the Homemade Beer. Well, I was just a boy at the time when this drinking Uncle Hiram of mine decided he'd make up a batch of homemade beer. Don't tell a soul what he said to me, but I've come across this recipe that says for pennies a day I can drink all year. So I searched the alleys behind the bars for empty jugs and mason jars, and he sneaked them down to his basement brewery. He measured out yeast and sugar and hops, and he said to me as we sealed the tops, for goodness sakes, don't tell your Aunt Marie. She'd say, hey there, Hiram, what's going on down there? There's some peculiar odor coming up the basement stairs. Go on back to your sewing, run on varnish in a chair. The time my Uncle Hiram made his famous homemade beer. Well, we let it sit for a month or so, and me and Uncle sneaked down below, figuring it was about time to give it a try. I was standing there at the foot of the stairs, and Uncle Hiram was checking the wares, and all of a sudden 2 bottles just flew sky high. Well, the jars went crash, and the lids went plunk, and Hiram died behind the trunk as the beer began to spew out on the floor. Uncle yelled, don't mind me, save yourself, as fast as I could. I ran up the steps, and out of breath I quickly closed the door. Aunt Marie said, what is it, dear? And I said, it's Uncle's homemade beer. It's blowing up and got Uncle trapped down there. She said, beer, beer, I declare. Hiram, you come up out of there. But the sound of exploding beer was all we could hear. Hey there, Hiram, what's going on down there? There's some peculiar odor coming up the basement stairs. Go on back to your sewing, hunt on varnish in a chair. The time my Uncle Hiram made his famous homemade beer. It sounded like a war for a day and a night. Them bottles just blew up left and right till finally we just heard one here and there. Aunt Marie took a comforter and holding it up in the front of her with me behind, we went on down the stairs. Well, the place was a mess, to say the least. The walls were sticky and it smelled like yeast, and the glass and the lids and the beer were all around. It had been quite a battle, there weren't no doubt, but when we commenced to looking about, Uncle Hiram was nowhere to be found. Auntie cried out, Hiram, oh poor dear, he's been killed by a jar of beer. I warned him a drink, but he never listens to me. Then up popped the lid on the antique trunk, and there, soaked in beer, blind, run, and drunk, was the late lamented love of Aunt Marie. And he said, yeah, rather than see it all go to waste, I figured I might as well give it a little taste. I reckon I tasted about 43 jars of beer. Y'all just go on, 'cause I'm staying right down here. Hey there, Hiram, what's going on down there? There's some peculiar odor coming up the basement stairs. Go on back to your sewing, hunt on varnish in a chair. The time my Uncle Hiram made his famous homemade beer.
Bob had to leave. He said, very bad signal. Sorry, you lovely people, but I will have to turn it off. And I do love watching you, so you will be missed.
Indeed. Well, I'm glad you could join us for a little while
Yes.
anyway, Bob.
Maybe you can catch the show later.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be there.
And Ivan is with us.
Hello, Ivan.
Styles. Hi, Lynn and George. How's it going?
Oh, not too bad for the shape we're in. Not too bad. Hope you're doing well and
Yes.
making progress.
Don said, yay, applause.
Yeah.
It's no fun being in pain, that's for sure.
No.
I messed up my knee. That's why I've got a brace on it here. And it hurts quite a bit.
It's
but nothing compared to...
well, we're all getting older.
That's the trouble.
Yeah.
If we could just stop that.
Well, yes, but what if everybody could do that?
Uh-oh.
You'd still have people like Geronimo and John
Well,
Dillinger
there's
and folks like that running around.
Some other
so
folks
be
you wouldn't
careful
necessarily want.
what you ask for
That's
there.
True. Well, yeah, it's a good point, though.
Here's another one that we used to play out on the back porch or the front porch or
Whichever
anywhere
porch.
around my parents' home at the kitchen table if it was raining.
Yeah.
Keep everybody awake. This was one of Ted's favorites. It was written by, I don't know, I'm sorry, it was recorded by Merle Haggard. It's called Today I Started Loving You Again. It's a crying in your beer song. Ted loved it. Today I started loving you again. I'm right back where I've really always been. I got over you just long enough to let my heartache mend. Then today I started loving you again. What a fool I was to think I could get by with only these few million tears I've cried. I should have known the worst was yet to come, and that crying time for me had just begun. Today I started loving you again. I'm right back where I've really always been. I got over you just long enough to let my heartaches mend. Then today I started loving you again.
That's another one of those sad songs.
Yeah, that's one of them crying in your beer songs.
Laura said, Ivan won't be doing his concert tomorrow, maybe next week.
Yeah. Well, the first two were great. I wasn't able to listen to last week's live. Sunday at that time is now not a real good time for me, but I catch them later when I can't be there in person. And I'm glad that he's able to do a few of them for old time's sake.
Ricky said, I commented on your invite to this session, but apparently you didn't see it, so I'll copy it here. I said, well, I think I'm going to love this one. I commented on your last video after the fact. I was late to the party. I'd love to hear you do, hang on just a minute. I can't get, let's see. Summer End by John Prine. If you don't know it, you can learn it by Saturday, LOL.
Summer
Kidding.
End?
Summer's End.
Summer's End.
Yes.
Write it down. I'm not sure I've even ever heard that one.
It's
but that's okay. I've got a whole discography of John, so I'm sure I've got a copy of it laying around here somewhere.
well, and she said, if you don't know it, you can learn it by Saturday, LOL. Kidding, but maybe in the future. See you Saturday, smiley face. And then Ivan said, today I started loving you again, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Yes.
Now, that was Ricky we were talking to.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
On the
Now, the
Summer's
next...
End. I
Yeah,
believe.
okay. The next show is going to be 3 weeks from today because there's an extra Saturday in August. And we do it on the second and fourth Saturdays so that people who see us and get to know us from our website will know when the next, show is going to be. So the next show will be on the 14th of August, I believe. So there's an extra week in there, which will give me time to learn the song.
The song, indeed.
Yeah, so there. We'll have it for
Cool,
you.
cool.
There's a lot of John Prine in part 2. Actually, I've got 3 of these shows. If I don't wipe out my audience, I'm going to do all 3 of them.
You weren't going to. That won't be.
They're easy to prepare because this stuff is etched into my memory. It doesn't require a lot of show prep. And I'm working on some other medical issues and things right now, so I'm trying to do things that are a little easier than and less work.
Stephen said, you mean the 14th of September, not August.
Yes, that's right, Steve. See,
September, yes.
That's part of some of the medical issues that I'm dealing with. Sometimes I don't say... My tongue gets tangled up in my eye teeth, and I can't see what I'm saying.
Ivan corrected that also. You mean the 14th
sorry, guys.
Of September.
Yeah, 14th of September. Jeez. Okay.
I believe that's my younger sister's birthday.
Okay.
So happy birthday to Becky in advance there, but I will say so again on the day.
This song was written by Ray Wiley Hubbard, and the first time I ever heard it, a band, I do not remember their name, played it in a little bar in the Northern Lights Shopping Center called Two Bits.
Oh.
It was a great little place, and I played it a lot in the period of time when we were back in Columbus after we graduated, and I got a job back in my hometown. So it's called Up Against the Wall, Redneck Mother.
Yeah.
He was born in Oklahoma. His wife's name's Betty Lou, Thelma Liz. He's not responsible for what he's doing, 'cause his mother made him what he is. And it's up against the wall, redneck mother. Mother who has raised her son so well, so well, so well, so what? He's 34 and drinking in a honky-tonk, just kicking hippies' asses and raising hell. Well, he sure does like his Falstaff beer. Likes to chase it down with that wild turkey liquor. He drives a 1957 Jimmy pickup truck. He's got a gun rack and a goat ropers need love 2 sticker. and it's up against the wall. Redneck mother, mother who has raised her son so well, so well, so well. So what? He's 34 and drinking in a honky-tonk, just kicking hippies' asses and raising hell. M is for the mud flaps you got me for my pickup truck. O is for the oil that I put on my hair. T is for T-Bird. H is for Haggard. E is for eggs. And R is for redneck mother, up against the wall. Redneck mother, mother who has raised her son so well, so well, so well. So what? He's 34 and drinking in a honky-tonk, kicking hippies' asses and raising hell. Yeah, it's up against the wall. Redneck mother, mother who has raised a son so well, so well, so well. So what? He's 34 and drinking in a honky-tonk, just kicking hippies' asses and raising hell. In Muskogee, Oklahoma, USA.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that bar they took these little baby potatoes, about the size of a ping pong ball or something, and they soaked them in brine for like ever, and then they fried them, and they called them salts.
Right.
And boy, howdy, you needed a couple of 3 or 4 pitchers of beer to get them down, but they were
They
good.
were good. I remember.
Yeah.
Ziggy is with
Hello,
us.
Ziggy from Germany.
Hi, George and Lynn. Greetings again from Germany. A bit late since I was at Karen's Rock. Mostly we'll listen to the missed part later.
Yeah, that's great.
And Lavonda said, I can listen to as many of these songs as you can play.
Yeah.
And then I had a comment from Gregory Carr.
Oh.
Let me see if I can get back down here, because there. Whoa, that's Ivan. Hang on, he had to leave. Let me go back up here. I have a question for you. Quite a while back, Quite a while back I played the song called Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain on my Autoharp, melody only. I didn't actually sing it. And I put it on YouTube. I had gotten a copyright notice that the song was copyrighted, but hang on, if it quit jumping, there are comments coming. But the owner allowed it to be used on YouTube, so I did not get a strike. Do you ever have any issue with copyright stuff with what you sing on Facebook? I don't know if you do YouTube or not. Thanks.
I have a YouTube channel. Thanks for the comment, Greg. I have a YouTube channel, and I cross-post these shows, and I get copyright notices all the time, but
that's on YouTube, right?
That's on YouTube. So I don't do a whole lot with the channel. I don't know if I've got. I don't think I've gotten any copyright strikes per se, but you know, I don't have any original music. So,
what about on Facebook?
But on Facebook, I've never had a problem. They don't care. Okay. You know, I've never been contacted by anybody or anything like that over here. I could have a lot wider audience. I could, in fact, I've got software that would allow me to stream simultaneously to both venues and have all the comments aggregated, but I haven't done it just because I don't know how long YouTube's going to let me keep doing it. So I have a channel, but I really don't do a lot with it, and it's really not updated that often. I'll do a mass update until I get, when I'm posting videos, until I get a notice saying, you know, you're posting a lot of copyrighted material, thought you ought to know. Then I quit for a few months, and then I catch it back up. So it's really not a very big effort. But yeah, you can't make money posting other people's music on YouTube. A lot of them will let you leave it up there, but if you get enough followers to become monetized, the money goes to pay the people whose songs you used without permission. So there's no future there, at least not for me.
Came off. Hang on.
You said there were some other comments.
Yeah, my microphone came off. Give me just a second.
Yeah, okay.
Here. Ivan said, Drat Company has arrived, and I'll have to catch the rest of your concert tomorrow.
Okay, well, enjoy
And
your
then,
company,
let's see,
Ivan.
Of course, that makes for a pleasant Sunday morning over a cup of coffee. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ivan.
And
See you later tonight.
then Don said Doug knows this song, and I think it might have been the Up Against the Wall.
Up Against the Wall, Redneck
Yeah.
Mother, yeah.
And Loretta DeVore,
Hello, Loretta.
good afternoon, Heart. Do you know or have you heard the song Don't Bury Me Under the Persimmon Tree, the hillbilly funeral song? It's quite funny.
No, but
I'm gonna
it
write
sounds
it
like
down.
one I got to learn. Don't bury me under the persimmon tree.
Yep.
I don't want persimmons falling on my grave.
Well,
I'll look at that. That's a great idea.
who does she know who wrote that?
I'll find it. Yeah, that's all I need is the title. I know Bury Me Beneath the Willow, so why
Close.
not Don't Bury Me Under the Persimmon Tree?
Persimmons are neat.
Yeah.
An unusual fruit.
And then, of course, there's John Prine's Please Don't Bury Me Down in the Cold, Cold Ground.
That's another good one.
That's another good one. In fact, we ought to put that in one of these shows if we've got room for it. Time is, you know, we're nearing the halfway mark. And we're about halfway through the, well, that's pretty good. Okay. All right. Now, this is another one that we played down in Vinton County as part of the bar gig. A drinking buddy of ours by the name of Chuck Wirt would come in every Saturday when I played my gig and throw a 5-spot in the tip box and ask Lynn and me to do this. It was written and recorded originally by Harry Belafonte, and all kind of people have done it. It's called There's a Hole in My Bucket.
Just a minute there.
Yeah, I'll give you a chance.
Okay, I was writing.
Okay, y'all set?
Yeah, I was reading the very last of what she said. Look it up on YouTube. And then
Yeah.
she said, don't bury me under the persimmon tree. Don't want no possums eating on top of me.
Yeah, well.
Sounds like a good song.
Yeah, I think we're going to like that one. Yes, indeed. There's a whole album of songs about possums, by the way, called the Possum Tapes that you can find on YouTube. There's some funny songs there. Where are we here?
Hole in my bucket.
Oh, yeah. Hole in my bucket. Here we go. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, a hole.
Then mend it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then mend it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Mend it.
when we did it at the Lucky Bar, we did Georgie. That's why Chuck liked it so much.
Oh, okay.
With what shall I mend it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I mend it, dear Liza? With what?
With a straw, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With a straw, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With a straw.
But the straw is too long, dear Liza, dear Liza. But the straw is too long, dear Liza, too long.
Then cut it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Then cut it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Cut it.
With what shall I cut it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I cut it, dear Liza? With what?
With a knife, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With a knife, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With a knife.
But the knife is too dull, dear Liza, dear Liza. But the knife is too dull, dear Liza, too dull.
Then sharpen it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Then sharpen it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Sharpen it.
With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza? With what?
With a stone, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With a stone, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With a stone.
But the stone is too dry, dear Liza, dear Liza. But the stone is too dry, dear Liza, too dry.
Then wet it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Then wet it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Wet it.
With what shall I wet it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I wet it, dear Liza? With what?
With water, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With water, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With water.
In what shall I fetch it, dear Liza, dear Liza? In what shall I fetch it, dear Liza? In what?
In the bucket, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. In the bucket, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Use the bucket.
There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza. A hole. I don't know about that relationship. Those two people, they may not stand the test of time. They can't seem to get anything done.
Lavonda said, "Oh my gosh, I haven't heard this in years." And Loretta said, "About 5th grade for me, about 70 years."
Yeah.
And then Laura said, "There's a hole in your mattress" is a parody I wrote for Dad based on a true story. Oh my, there's one.
Email me the lyrics at autoharp.down.home@gmail.com and I'll play it just for you. if you're willing, you know. Might not want that done. All right. On November 13th, 1965, an overnight excursion liner named the Yarmouth Castle caught fire and sank 60 miles north of the Bahamas. She was laid down in 1927, so she was like 38 years old, and she was what they called a composite ship, meaning up to the waterline and a little bit above was made of steel, but all of the upper part of the ship was made of wood. And in order to keep it looking good and everything, they painted it a lot. And of course, back then all the paint was oil-based. And nobody knows for sure what caused the fire, but they think that there was, they think they know why. There was a little cabin near the engine room that was supposed to be a stateroom, but it was real small, and the engines were right there, and it was noisy, and nobody wanted it. So they used it for storage, and they stored spare mattresses in there. And they heaped them up all the way to real close to the ceiling, and a light bulb, just because, you know, light bulbs back then had tungsten filaments, and the bulbs got quite hot, set the mattresses on fire, and over 90 people lost their lives. Well, a very good friend of ours that we met in Dayton when we were going to school there at Wright State University, and
She's sleeping.
later on, yeah. Oh,
No, that's your dog.
That's Indy.
I was going to say, I don't know
He's-
where he is, but I thought that was my dog for a minute there.
He's in a dream world chasing after
Something.
ducks or something.
Something.
Uh,
Sorry, George.
okay. I thought it was Sadie. Our Great Dane is starting to show her age. She's got a bad hip.
No, but that's Indy.
That's Indy.
He's chasing something.
Yeah. Anyway, I lost my place.
We're talking about the mattresses
Oh,
and what
yeah,
happened
okay.
with them.
Anyway, a friend of ours named Alma Brooks Rutledge.
That's where you were. Yes.
We met in college, and then years later, she moved to Columbus and bought a duplex, and she was actually our landlady for several years. She rented us the other half. She loved this song. It's by Gordon Lightfoot, and it's called "The Ballad of the Yarmouth Castle." Well, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the anchors have been weighed. From Miami to Nassau, she's bound across the waves. She's a-heading south through Biscayne Bay into the open sea. The Yarmouth Castle, she's a-dying and don't know it. Well, the many years she's been to sea, she's seen better times. She gives a groan of protest as they cast away her lines, and the grumble of her engines and the rust along her spine tells the castle she's too old to be sailing. But the sands run out within her heart, a tiny sparkle red. It smolders through the evening, there's laughter overhead. Now the men are served and the cards are dealt and the drinks are passed around. Deep within the fire starts a burning. Now it's midnight on the open sea and the moon is shining bright. Some people join the party and others say goodnight. There's many who are sleeping now, it's been a busy day, and a tiny wisp of smoke is rising. Oh Lord, she groans, I'm burning, let someone understand. But her silent plea is wasted in the playing of the band. Everybody's dancing on her deck and having such a time. Then a voice says, shut up and deal, I'm losing. Deep within the Yarmouth Castle, the fire begins to glow. Leaps into the hallways and climbs and twists and grows. And the paint she wore to keep her young, oh Lord, how well it burns. Soon that old fire is a-raging. Up beneath the bridge it's climbing fast, the captain stands aloft. calls up to the bosun, says, "Bosun, we're lost. For the ragged hoses in the racks, no pressure do they hold. And the people down below will soon be dying. All the midships, oh, she's blazing now, it's spreading fore and aft. The people are scrambling as the fire blocks their path. The evil smoke surrounds them and they're falling in their tracks. And the captain in his lifeboat is leaving. Oh, then the ship Bahamas Star comes steaming through the night. She sees the castle blazing, and 'tis a terrible sight. Jump down, the captain cries, we'll save you if we can. Then the paint on his funnels is a-frying. God help the ones who sleep below and cannot find the way. Thank God for those we've rescued upon this awful day. Now the heroes, they are many, but the times are growing slim. Now from stern to bow, she's a-blazing. Well, the Yarmouth Castle's moaning, she's crying like a child. You can hear her if you listen above the roar so wild. Is she crying for the ones who lie within her molten side? Or crying for herself, I'm wondering. But the living soon were rescued, the ones who lived to tell. From the star they watched her as she died there in the swell. Like a toy ship on a mill pond, she burned all through the night. Slipped beneath the waves in the morning.
Let me catch up here for a second.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Gregory Carr said, "Nice job. I enjoyed that. Thanks." And I think that was on the hole in my bucket.
Glad you liked it.
And then Laura said, "You have my permission." And as far as using the mattress.
Using the parody, yeah.
Yes. And Loretta said, "I just sent you the Hillbilly Funeral song in your private messenger." And Dawn said...
That's gonna... Okay.
Well, Dawn said, "I love this one too. What is the title again? I have to learn this one."
The Ballad of the Yarmouth Castle.
Yes. And
It's
Dawn
by
said,
Gordon Lightfoot. I play it in D minor, and it's D minor, F, C, D minor, C, D minor, C, D minor. And that's all there is to it. And it goes, if you can learn that progression, you've got the song. It's not hard.
And it's called the Yarmouth.
It's called the Ballad of the Yarmouth Castle.
Yes, and that's...
By Gordon Lightfoot.
Yes. The Yarmouth Castle. Let's see. Don said applause on that.
Thank you, Don.
Gregory said, "Nice song. If you have a chance and you know how to play it, can you play the song called When the Work's All Done This Fall?"
Oh, I've heard that before. I've never tried to learn it, but write it down. We're getting a lot of good ideas today. Thanks, folks.
Yes.
Always like to try to do requests for people if I can play them. We had one last time that I simply couldn't play on the Autoharp. But usually I find a way to play them.
I had another couple.
Okay, go ahead.
Stephen said, Gordon's Ship Tragedies.
Yeah.
Stephen Einbinder. And then Don said, "Thank you for the chords."
Oh, you're welcome.
So, and Gregory said Marty Robbins plays it.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. I think
he means I think he means the song he requested.
Ah, yes, okay.
Okay. We really appreciate all the comments. Gotten a lot of participation today. That makes the show a lot more fun for us.
Don added, I also loved your Ghost Riders in the Sky when you played that one. So that is a good one.
Yeah. Tune in on Halloween. I may play that, or I may play the parody Ghost Chickens in the Sky. But the Halloween program is going to be a one for the ages. I was going to do this program last year, and I got really, really sick. I was in agonizing pain, and I couldn't do it. So I just saved it, and we're going to do it this year. We love all the comments. If you haven't already commented, give us a comment. Let us get to know you a little bit. We kind of see this as everybody sitting on the porch and playing music and having a good time. So let us know. And I will say to you guys, Facebook and I are kind of have a love-hate relationship. The interface is really not blind-friendly, especially. So if you really want to make sure that you get something to me, you're really better off to email it to me at autoharp.down.home@gmail.com. A lot of people think I ignore their messages. It isn't that. I can't get to them. But people PM me, and I never know that they've actually done that. It's just a problem that I've got. Other blind people seem to handle the thing, but like I said, I'm developing some issues where it's harder and harder for me to learn new, complicated concepts. So if you would, like Laura, if you would send me the words to that song to my autoharp.down.home address, or you could go to autoharpdownhome.com and leave it there as like contact form. There's a contact form there.
She wrote a link, autoharp.downhome.com.
Autoharp.down.home.
Yeah, there's supposed to be
There's
a dot
dots between
down
each
and
word.
home. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Folks, that's the, if you really need to get my attention, that's the best way to do it. If you leave me a message, I may or may not see it, and I may or may not be able to reply to it. It's just a tough thing for me to do, and I've been meaning to point that out to folks, because I don't want you to think I don't care about your messages. It's just that I can't always access them.
And she said thank you for that. Also, she said, I'll be there Halloween.
Oh yeah,
and now she says, got it. So
okay.
But yeah, we are going to have a good time.
That's going to be fun. Here's another song that I learned from Preacher. It's called the Handout Song. There's a handout on Panhandle Hill by a hobo named Vanderbilt Morgan McGill. His partner Jim Doyle stubbed his toe and struck oil on the sand up on Panhandle Hill. Come away, boys, and fly with me. Come Joe, Jack, and Bill, come get your fill. They're handing out chewing gum, chopped sirloin, and beer unto each bum on Panhandle Hill. Come away, boys, and fly with me. Come Joe, Jack, and Bill, come get your fill. There's scrum bums and stew bums and old bums and new bums at the handout on Panhandle Hill. There's a handout on Panhandle Hill. You can hijack a bum sack and then tap the till. And lest you forget, there's a Wall Street Gazette on the newsstands of Panhandle Hill. Come away, boys, and fly with me. Come Joe, Jack, and Bill, come get your fill. A free shave, a shoe shine, a quick trim with quinine at the handout on Panhandle Hill. Come away, boys, and fly with me. Come Joe, Jack, and Bill, come get your fill. There's cruisers and bruisers and old three-time losers at the handout on Panhandle Hill. There's spenders and lenders and singin' bartenders at the handout on Panhandle Hill. There's gophers and loafers and big boxcar chauffeurs at the handout on Panhandle Hill. Come away, boys, and fly with me. Come away, boys, fly with me. Come away, boys, fly with me at the handout on Panhandle Hill.
Yay. I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good song. Any other comments?
Nope, no new comments.
Okay. Here's another one that Ted Eads and I used to play a lot. It was written by Jack Clement and it was recorded by Hank Snow, and it's called Miller's Cave. Dark old cave, Miller's Cave, way down in the state of Georgia, through the swamps and the Everglades. There's a hole in Tiger Mountain. God help the man who gets lost in Miller's Cave. I had a girl in Waycross, Georgia, but she had unfaithful ways, made me feel I was unwanted, like the bats and the bears in Miller's Cave. I couldn't stand the way she done me, couldn't take her low down way. Before I'll stay with a cheating woman, I'll go live with the bears in Miller's Cave. I caught her out one Sunday morning with a man they call Big Dave, meanest man in Waycross, Georgia. I'd rather fight a mountain lion in Miller's Cave. I said you'll pay, both you and Davy. I must see you in your graves. They laughed at me and then I shot 'em. I took their cheating skin and bones to Miller's Cave. That woman made me feel unwanted, but I showed her I was brave. Most wanted man in the state of Georgia, but they'll never find me 'cause I'm lost in Miller's dark old cave. Miller's cave.
Lavonda said one of the songs sung around a campfire by the pond.
Yes, indeed. Sure was.
Yes.
Just about anywhere. He'd pick up his guitar, and I'd
You pick up your harp.
pick up an Autoharp, and we'd pick up a case of Blue Ribbon beer and
There you go.
sit there and play music till we couldn't play no more.
Yeah. That was a pretty little pond.
Now, here's a song. Ooh,
All right.
sorry about that. Here's a song that we sang a lot in Dayton and also in Columbus. I'm sure Ricky will remember this one. It was written by Tom Paxton. I didn't know that until recently. And it was recorded by John Denver. And it's called Forest Lawn. Oh, lay me down in forest lawn in a silver casket. Put golden flowers over my head in a silver basket. Let the drum and bugle corps play taps for the cannons roar, and 60 liveried employees sell souvenirs from the funeral store. I wanna go simply when I go. They'll give me a simple funeral there, I know, with a casket lined in fleece and fireworks spelling out rest in peace. Oh, take me when I'm gone, Forest Lawn. Oh, lay me down in Forest Lawn. They understand there. They have a heavenly choir and a military band there. Just put me in their care, I'll find my comfort there. With 16 clicks, 15 planes, and a last salute, they'll drop a cross in a parachute. I wanna go simply when I go. They'll give me a simple funeral there, I know, with 100 strolling strings and topless dancers with golden wings. Oh, take me when I'm gone, Forest Lawn. Oh, come to the church in the wildwood. Kindly leave a contribution in the pail. Be as simple and as trusting as a child would, and we'll sell you the church in the day. To find a simple resting place is my desire. To lay me down with a smiling face comes a little bit higher. My likeness cast in brass will stand in plastic grass, while hidden weights and springs tip its hat to the mourners filing past. I wanna go simply when I go. They'll give me a simple funeral there, I know. I'll lie beneath the sand with piped-in tapes of Billy Graham. Oh, take me when I'm gone, Forest Lawn. Rock of Ages, cleft for me, for a slightly higher fee. Oh, take me when I'm gone, Forest Lawn.
Beautiful. Don said Forest Lawn is our cemeteries out west.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Cemeteries.
A lot
I
of,
read that wrong. Ricky said, remember it well. And Paradise, also done by John Denver.
Yeah.
Oh, Paradise.
Yeah, John Prine wrote that. Write that down. I forgot about that. We may have to do several of these shows. We're getting so many requests. I love this. I hope I can find and learn all of these for you. Here's another one from my bar gig. It was written by Rory Bork, Gene Dobbins, and Hugh Moffat, and it's called Here's to the Horses. And it was done, Mac Vickery recorded it, and so did Johnny Russell. Here's to the horses that pull the Budweiser. Here's to the ribbon around the blue ribbon can. Here's to the ladies that pour golden rivers, that fill up the glass of the beer-drinking man. Down by the river at old Grady's Tavern, that's where we gather most every night. Laughing and joking, talking and toasting, tall storytelling till almost telling till almost daylight. Here's to the horses that pull a Budweiser. Here's to the ribbon around the blue ribbon can. Here's to the ladies that pour golden rivers, that fill up the glass of the beer drinking man. We'll drink a toast with each round that you buy. Your wife or your girlfriend will toast anything. Winners or losers, you be the choosers, but along about morning you might hear us sing, sing, sing. Here's to the horses that pull a Budweiser. Here's to the ribbon around the blue ribbon can. Here's to the ladies that pour golden rivers, that fill up the glass of the beer, fill up the glass of the beer drinking man. Here's to the old flames we've left behind. We wish them the best they can do without us. Here's to the wife of old Billy Johnson. The day that she left him, we toasted the bus. Sing, sing. Here's to the horses that pull a Budweiser. Here's to the ribbon around the blue ribbon can. Here's to the ladies that pour golden rivers, that fill up the glass of the beer drinking man. Here's to the jukebox that stands in a corner. Here's to the records that go round and round. Here's to the bar stools of bottles and glasses. And here's to Milwaukee, she won't let us down. Here's to the horses that pull a Budweiser. Here's to the ribbon around the blue ribbon can. Here's to the ladies that pour golden rivers, that fill up the glass of the beer drinking man. Here's to the horses that pull a Budweiser. Here's to the ribbon around the blue ribbon can. Here's to the ladies that pour golden rivers, that fill up the glass of the beer drinking man.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think Ricky said, remember it well, and Paradise also done by John Denver.
Yeah,
I read that
you
one
read
before.
that one, yeah.
Okay, that's the last comment I have.
Okay, good.
Rerun.
We're caught up. Yeah, okay, good comments are worth repeating.
That's right.
Let's just,
Oh, Libby is here.
oh, of course.
I so much enjoyed listening in. Thank you for a joyful hour and a half. Loved the duet with Lynn. Looking forward to being with you tonight for Song Circle. Gotta go. Rita time.
Oh, okay.
Hi
Libby.
to Rita.
Say hello to Rita for us,
Yes.
and may the internet gods be kind to you tonight.
Yes.
There in the wilds of Virginia.
Yes.
Okay.
Good to have you with us, Libby.
Here's one that we played a lot with our Dayton friends when we were in college, and then in Columbus, after we got out and I got a job up there. It's called Grandpa Was a Carpenter. Oh, Oh, Grandpa wore his suit to dinner nearly every day. No particular reason, he just dressed that way. Brown necktie and a matching vest, both are plain tip shoes. He built a closet on our back porch with a penny and a burned out fuse. Grandpa was a carpenter, he built houses, stores and banks. Chain smoked Camel cigarettes and hammered nails and clanked. He was level on the level, shaped even every door, and he voted for Eisenhower 'cause Lincoln won the war. Well, he used to sing me blood on the saddle, rock me on his knee, let me listen to the radio before we got TV. Well, he'd drive to church on Sunday, and he'd take me with him too. Stained glass in every window, hearing aids in every pew. Grandpa was a carpenter, he built houses, stores and banks. Chain smoked Camel cigarettes and hammered nails in plank. He was level on the level, shaved even every door, and voted for Eisenhower 'cause Lincoln won the war. Now my grandma was a teacher, went to school in Bowling Green, traded in a milking cow for a Singer sewing machine. Well, she called her husband Mister, and she walked real tall in pride, and used to buy me comic books after Grandpa died. Grandpa was a carpenter, he built houses, stores and banks. Chain smoked Camel cigarettes and he hammered nails in plank. He was level on the level, shaved even every door, and voted for Eisenhower 'cause Lincoln won the war.
Reconnection successful, and we are back. I think it says live now. Now it's off again. Huh. Well, guys, we're on and off. There's only, now there's, sorry about it. I don't know if we're going to stay or not. Something is going fluky with the internet.
Yeah.
You want me to?
Go see if Greg's doing something.
Okay.
He just got a new game box.
Console. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay.
Oops.
Easy.
Stan, I was taking my, Stan said been on the road today, but hello for the last half hour. That was Stan.
Hello, Stan.
Sorry, it's been on the road today, but hello for the last half hour.
Well,
I don't know if we're here or not.
I don't know.
Lavonda said, no, you are on.
We're on. Okay, great.
Well, I'll be right back anyway.
Okay. I'm going to play another song.
Sorry, George. I'll be right back.
Not a problem. This is another song that I learned from Preacher and kind of adapted. There was a short Disney animated film that was made in, I think, 1946 called The Martins and the Coys. And Preacher sang the theme to that. And then I thought, well, let's change that around just a little bit. So I changed it from the Martins and the Coys to the Hatfields and McCoys. I'm sad to say that the McCoys came out on the losing end of that feud, but hey, it was finally officially ended in 1971. My dad and I went to the makeup party in Pikeville, Kentucky. So here is the Hatfields and McCoys. Gather round me, children, and I'll tell a story of the mountains and the days when guns was law. When two families got to feuding, it was bound to end in shooting. So just listen close, I'll tell you what I saw. Oh, the Hatfields and McCoys, they were reckless mountain boys, and they took up family feud, and when they'd meet, they would shoot each other quicker than it took your eye to flicker. They could knock the squirrel's eye out at 90 feet. All this fighting started out one Sunday morning when old Grandpa Coy was full of Mountain Dew. Just as quiet as a church mouse, he stole into Hatfield's hen house, 'cause McCoys, they needed eggs for breakfast too. Oh, the Hatfields and McCoys, they were reckless mountain boys, 'cause old Grandpa Coy's gone where the angels live. When they found him on the mountain, he was bleeding like a fountain, 'cause they punctured him till he looked just like a sieve. After that they started out to fight in earnest, and they scarred the mountains up with shot and shell. It was uncles, brothers, cousins, why wiped them out by the dozens. Just how many bit the dust is hard to tell. Oh, the Hatfields and McCoys, they were reckless mountain boys, and at killing they became quite deft. They all know they shouldn't do it, but before they hardly knew it, on each side they only had one person left. Now the sole remaining Hatfield was a maiden, and as pretty as a picture was Miss Grace, while the one surviving boy, young handsome Henry Coy, and the folks all they'd soon meet face to face. Oh, the Hatfields and McCoys, they were reckless mountain boys, but their shooting and their killing sure played hogs. And it didn't bring no joy to know that Grace and Henry Coy both had sworn that they would finish up the job. So they finally met upon a mountain pathway, and young Henry Coy, he aimed his gun at Grace. He was set to pull the trigger when he saw her pretty figure. You could see the love had kicked him in the face. Oh, the Hatfields and McCoys, they were reckless mountain boys, but they say their ghostly cussing gives you chills. But the hatchet sure was buried when sweet Grace and Henry married. It broke up the best damn feud in these here hills. They think this is where the story ended, but I'm telling you the ghosts don't cuss no more. 'Cause since Grace and Henry wedded, they fight more than all the rest did, and they carry on the feud just like before.
I think Dawn thought that we were gone. She said, "Thank you both so much. Great way to start the day. See you next time."
Oh, okay.
But hopefully she realized we weren't gone.
Yeah, hope you're still there, Dawn. Anyway, it was great having you with us today.
Absolutely. All of you folks. It was a little rocky there for a minute, but we're back.
Oh, boy, I wish I'd quit doing that. Let's see if we can fix that. Okay. Here's a song that I learned from a John Denver album when I was spending summers helping my dad on our farm in Vinton County. It was written by Mason Williams and recorded by John Denver, and it's called "You Done Stomped on My Heart" on his Rhymes and Reasons album, 1979. I told you that I loved you. You said that is so good. I called you my darling. I thought I always would. Now you've gone and left me. I don't know what to do. So my little darling, I write these words to you. You done stomped on my heart, and you mashed that sucker flat. You just sorta stomped on my aorta. You started going out with guys. I felt us drift apart, and every step you took was a stomp upon my heart. I only hope that someday you get them low-down gloves, and in some smoky honky-tonk you'll look down at your shoes. You'll think about that tender heart that you crushed beneath them soles. With your clod-busting stompers, you left my heart so full of holes. You done stomped on my heart, and you mashed that sucker flat. You just sorta stomped on my aorta. You started going out with guys. I felt us drift apart, and every step you took was a stomp upon my heart. And every step you took was a stomp upon my heart. Okay, any comments?
Nope, no new comments.
Okay, we are live, right?
Yes, but
Okay.
I'm not sure people know. Well, Lavonda was with us,
Okay, well,
and I think Stan Johnson is.
I know
with
Stan
us.
was, because
Yeah.
okay. Anyway,
But some folks.
we're
may.
just going to continue, and,
Yes.
and as long as we can, until we run out of time or energy or songs or something. The first time I ever played that in my bar gig
Yeah.
at the Lucky Bar, some drunk, I finished the song, some drunk came up, put his arm over my shoulder, put some money in the tip box, and said, "Son, I love them sad songs."
Lavonda said, "Yes, you are fine," and Laura
Oh,
said,
good.
"Yes, you are. Can
Hey.
you do a bluegrass tune?"
Can I do a bluegrass tune? Yeah, probably. Let me find one. Let me find one here somewhere. I know what we'll do. Let me find it here.
She meant next concert, if no time today, but I think there's time.
Oh, we can make time. I mean, we don't have to do all these other songs if we don't want to. We can do whatever we darn
Do whatever
please.
we dang please. Yeah.
Okay. I know what I want to do. Here we go. Here's a bluegrass tune for you, Laura. Other people turn pages. Me, I grab a second keyboard. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Don't know who wrote this. It was recorded by Jim and Jesse, and it's called the Blue Ridge Mountain Blues. When I was young and in my prime, I left my home in Carolina. Now all I do is sit and pine for all the things I left behind. I got them blue I stand right here to say my grip is packed to travel, and I'm scratching gravel for that blue ridge far away. I'm gonna stay right by my pa, and I'm gonna do right by my ma. I hang around that cabin door, no work or worry anymore. I got them Blue Ridge Mountain blues, gonna see my old dog train, gonna hunt the possum where the corn top blossom, that Blue Ridge far away. Now I see a window with a light, I see two heads of snowy white. It seems I hear them both recite, where is my wandering boy tonight? I got them Blue Ridge Mountain blues, and I stand right here to say every day I'm counting till I find that mountain on that Blue Ridge far away. There you go, Laura.
There you go. Ricky said, I immediately thought of a bluegrass song you know and a fave to watch you play, Foggy Mountain Breakdown.
Next week.
Next week.
Or next show, I mean.
Yeah.
I will play it for you. I had it lined up for the next show, and I haven't really practiced it lately, and I want to do it wicked fast and error-free.
Yeah. And Gregory said, do you know how to play the song called The Blue Canadian Rockies? It's another good song.
I do not.
Let's see.
Write that down. Well, I'm going to expand my horizons here today, I'll tell you that.
The Blue Canadian Rockies. That's bluegrass also.
Yes, indeed.
Man, if you've never seen the Rockies, I got to see them in New Mexico, the Rocky Mountains, the Sandia Range, which Sandia, I think, I don't know if it's Spanish or if it's American Indian like Navajo, but it means watermelon colors on the side of the mountain when the sun strikes. They're very beautiful. But the Rocky Mountains are quite something. And Laura said, thank you. Last Satin Vista was Summergrass, a local bluegrass festival.
Yeah, I love to play bluegrass. And this harp might be loud enough that I can actually play with a bluegrass group. I'm gonna work up my nerve and try it here one of these days. There's one that wants me to play with them, but I haven't done it recently. Okay, here's a song that I learned in Dayton from a recording made by Doc Watson. It's called Tennessee Stud. It was written by Jimmy Driftwood, and he recorded it in 1959. The Tennessee Stud. Along about 1825, I left Tennessee very much alive. And I never would have got through the Arkansas mud if I hadn't been riding on the Tennessee stud. I had some trouble with my sweetheart's paw. One of her brothers was a bad outlaw. I sent her a letter by my Uncle Bud. I rode away on the Tennessee stud. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a hoss like the Tennessee stud. One day I was riding in a beautiful land. I run smack into an Indian band. They jumped their nags with a whoop and a yell. We rode away like a bat out of hell. I circled their camp for a time or two, just to show what a Tennessee hoss can do. The redskin boys couldn't get my blood, 'cause I was riding on the Tennessee stud. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a hoss like the Tennessee stud. We drifted on down into no man's land, across that river called the Rio Grande. I raced my horse with a Spaniard's foal till I got me a skin full of silver and gold. Me and a gambler, we couldn't agree. We got in a fight over Tennessee. We jerked our guns and he fell with a thud, and I rode away on the Tennessee stud. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a hoss like the Tennessee stud. I got just as lonesome as a man could be, dreaming of my girl from Tennessee. The Tennessee stud's green eyes turned blue, 'cause he was a-dreaming of a sweetheart too. We loped right back across Arkansas, whooped her brother and I whooped her paw. I found that girl with the golden hair, and she was a-riding on the Tennessee mare. Whoa, boy, the Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a hoss like the Tennessee stud. Stirrup to stirrup and side by side, we crossed the mountains and the valleys wide. We came to Big Muddy and we forded the flood on the Tennessee mare and the Tennessee stud. There's a pretty little baby on the cabin floor, a little hoss colt playing round the door. I love that girl with the golden hair, and the Tennessee stud loves the Tennessee mare. They're good horses. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a hoss like the Tennessee stud.
Laura said about the Vista Summergrass local bluegrass festival. She didn't get to go.
Oh.
And Alan Robertson said your dog came in to watch you sing about another animal, and he did come over to you a minute ago.
Wow, he hasn't done that before.
No.
Al the freight dog, welcome,
Hey.
sir.
Yes. Well, you couldn't see him too well, but he was definitely in the picture.
My former guide loved to do that. She'd come over here and sit up so you could see her face. Then she'd put her head down on my hands.
Yeah, or on the harp.
Or on the harp. Pay attention to me.
That's right.
But
Our
Indians,
Great Dane is not in the picture right now either. She's
she's crashed.
sleeping.
Oh, goodness. Where are we here? Here's another song that was written by Jack Clement, recorded by Johnny Cash. And it's one that the Wokings liked a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's my maiden
Yeah,
name,
that's
by the way.
Linda's maiden name.
My
so.
family, Wolking.
Dan Wolking and Nan and Becky and Stan and Joan.
Right.
They were all classical musicians, but I kind of won them over a little
You
bit.
did.
They
yes.
at least didn't throw me out. Here's a song called "The One on the Right Was on the Left." There once was a musical troupe, a pickin, singin folk group. They sang the mountain ballads and the folk songs of our land. They were long on musical ability. Folks thought they would go far, but political incompatibility led to their downfall. Well, the one on the right was on the left, and the one in the middle was on the right, and the one on the left was in the middle, and the guy in the rear was a Methodist. This musical aggregation toured the entire nation, singing traditional ballads and the folk songs of our land. They performed with great virtuosity, and soon they were the rage. But political animosity prevailed upon the stage. Well, the one on the right was on the left, and the one in the middle was on the right, and the one on the left was in the middle, and the guy in the rear burned his driver's license. Well, the curtain had ascended, a hush fell on the crowd, as thousands there were gathered to hear the folk songs of our land. But they took their politics seriously, and that night at the concert hall, as the audience watched deliriously, they had a free-for-all. Well, the one on the right was on the bottom, and the one in the middle was on the top, and the one on the left got a broken arm, and the guy in the rear said, "Oh dear." Now this should be a lesson. If you plan to start a folk group, don't go mixing politics with the folk songs of our land. Just work on harmony and diction, play your banjo well, and if you have political convictions, keep them to yourself. Now the one on the left works in the bank, and the one in the middle drives a truck, and the one on the right's an all-night DJ, and the guy in the rear got drafted. Yeah, you know, there's a lesson there for today. We're all Americans, and hating each other over politics is just stupid.
A lot of people need to learn that one.
Yeah, well, here's a song written by Arlo Guthrie. We played it a lot when we lived in Columbus and in Lancaster, Ohio. It's one of Lynn's favorites. It's called "The Ring Around a Rosy Rag."
Yeah.
I had a friend I could trust. He went into the park and got busted doing the ring around a rosy rag. He went in the park late at night and he put a lot of people over 80 uptight. He was doing the ring around a rosy rag. Ring around rose, touch your nose and blow your toes and mind doing the ring around a rosy rag. It really was a drag ring around rose. Touch your nose and blow your toes, and mind doing the ring around the rosy rag. We ought to send Officer Joe Strange to some Australian mountain range so we all could do the ring around the rosy rag. Would you like to put Philadelphia upside one mast, ring around the rosy in the middle of the night? Yeah, we all should do the ring around the rosy rag. Ring around rose. Touch your nose and blow your toes, and mind doing the ring around the rosy rag. I said ring around rose. Touch your nose and blow your toes, and mind doing the ring around the rosy. Touch your nose and blow your toes when you're doing the ring around the rosy rag.
Yeah, there you got it.
Here's one that we played a lot with friends when we were in college, and it's another kind of bluegrass thing. It's a traditional song. The first recording of it that I know of was made by Fiddlin' John Carson in 1924. I'm going to play Doc Watson's arrangement of it, and it's called Born About 6,000 Years Ago. I was born about 6,000 years ago. There ain't nothing in this world that I don't know. I saw old King Pharaoh's daughter find little Moses on the water, and I can whoop the man that says it isn't so. I saw Noah when he built that famous ark. I slipped into it one night when it got dark. I saw Jonah swallowed by the whale, and I pulled the lion's tail, and I can whoop the man that says it isn't so. I'm an educated man, to get more sense within my head I plan. I've been on earth so long, and I used to sing a little song while all of them old timers took their stand. Queen Elizabeth fell dead in love with me. She did. We was married in Milwaukee secretly. Then I took her out and shook her, and went off with General Hooker to fight mosquitoes down in Tennessee. I taught Solomon his little ABCs, smart feller, and through all his books I tutored him with ease. Then I sailed out on the bay with Methuselah one day, and I played with his flowing whiskers in the breeze. I'm an educated man, to get more sense within my head I plan. Well, I've been on earth so long, and I used to sing a little song while all of them old timers took their stand. Seen old Satan when he searched that garden o'er. Old booger saw Adam and Eve driven from the door, and the apples they was eating from the bushes I was peeping. I can prove it, 'cause I'm the man what at the core. I saw Cain when he killed Abel with a spade. And I know the game was poker that they played. I was hid behind a shrub when he slapped him with that club. Poor old Abel caught him a-cheatin' and now he's dead. I'm an educated man, to get more sense within my head I plan. I've been on earth so long, and I used to sing a little song while all of them old timers took their stand.
I've got one from Ricky.
Oh.
Do you want me to use your contact on your website? The email you gave isn't valid. Just want to send you a few song links.
Well, it's Autoharp down home at gmail.com. That's the address. And as I say, sometimes these days I misspeak, so I may have given it to you wrong. You can use either one. You can use the contact form or Autoharp down home at gmail.com.
Right. Derek Morgan is with us.
Hello, Derek.
My friend. How are you doing?
Good, doing well.
And Bay Allen is here.
Hey, Bay.
He says hello.
Wow.
Hi, Bay.
So glad you could come by.
Yes.
This year's Mountain Laurel Autoharp Gathering champion.
Yes.
Glad to have you all with us.
Congratulations again. I don't get tired of that. Saying that to him.
You get...
we are 8 minutes over.
Yeah, that's not bad. We only have one song left, so
I
at
was
least
just
y'all
letting,
get to...
because we did get interrupted a few.
Yeah, we did.
There, so
I got one more for you before we have to...
Oh, you left out the gmail.com part. That's what Ricky said.
That's possible. I'm telling you, I'm not the man I was.
Bay says, thanks, good to be here.
Yeah. We're playing songs that I used to play with my friends when I was younger and had a lot of energy and could drink mass quantities of beer and stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Here's a song that I played in Vinton County and just about everywhere with friends of one kind or another. It was written by Mo Jaffe and Dwight Latham. I had all kind of people recorded. It's called I'm My Own Grandpa.
Oh.
I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. Now many years ago when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as could be. This widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair red. My father fell in love with her and soon they two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life. My daughter was my mother 'cause she was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became a father of a bouncing baby boy. My little baby then became the brother-in-law to Dad, and so became my uncle, though it made me very sad. For if he was my uncle, then that also made him brother of the widow's grown-up daughter, who of course was my stepmother. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. My father's wife then had a son that kept him on the run, and he became my grandchild, for he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. Now if my wife is my grandmother, then I'm her grandchild, and every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild. For now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband of my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa.
Yes.
Figure that one out, folks.
No.
Down here, folks reckon their family's back like that. Oh, yeah, that's Agnes. She's my third cousin, twice removed. You know.
Oh, dear. That's a good one, though.
Well, folks.
Gregory said, nice job. I love that song.
Thank you, Greg.
And Lavonda said, was a great show. Can't wait for part 2.
Oh, it's 3 short weeks from now.
Yes.
Um,
That'll be the second Saturday
in September.
September, yes.
Yeah.
Dawn said Forest Lawn is our cemeteries out west.
Yes.
She had that before.
We had that before.
Yes.
Well, folks, if
Did this jump? Hang on a minute. I'm sorry, it jumped up there. Let's go back down. That's why it went. Okay. I don't know why it jumped back up there. Sorry about that. Now I'm back down.
Okay.
No new comments.
Well, folks, we've come to the end of another great show. We had
Yes.
a really good time. Lots of comments. We love that. And we ask if you could spare a buck or two to put it in our virtual tip jar. And you can go to autoharpdownhome.com and click the donate link, and it will take you to our PayPal account where you could deposit a buck or two to help us out. Don't know yet if I'm going to be healthy enough to do any more gatherings, but we've got medical expenses and things that are going to come up, and so if you can help us out, that's great. If you can't, no problem. Don't worry about it at all. We love to have you with us.
I've got one from Stan.
Okay.
Sandy and I are going to see Bay Allen tonight in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh,
I wanted to
lucky
make
you.
sure that
Yeah.
Bay got that
Lucky you.
that plug.
Also, on that same website, you could pick up a copy of our Forever Friends CD, which is a CD all about dogs, from the time we get a puppy until the time our dog crosses the Rainbow Bridge. And they're $20 a piece, and all of the proceeds go to Dogs Inc., the school that trained Indy, my black lab guide dog. And I want to leave you with this little bit of down home wisdom, if I could. Don't corner something that's meaner than you, folks. We'll see you next time. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to George and all his kin. We'd sure like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back real soon to this locality to have a heaping helping of our hospitality. Down home style, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now here.